What's going on, YouTube? JT is born here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic reviews. And in this video, we're talking about Titans issue number 12. This one's written by Tom Taylor with art by Lucas Meyer, Adriana Lucas on the colors and all that. So we're continuing off the events of the previous thing. We're kind of post Beast world. We have the Dark Winged Queen Raven, who's kind of taking the place of the good Raven, who's kind of trapped in this little crystal evil crown that she has going on here. And we also had this one girl who wanted to be a Titan, was a big fan growing up as a kid, and then she got some experimentation done on her, and then she eventually was kind of like her consciousness was transferred into kind of like a robot body, and she was given all these powers, but then she's kind of tricked by the doctors and that who worked on her and did all this terrible experimentation, and she's like this big, almost Amazo-like threat for the Titans, and she sees them kind of as the bad guys, and she thinks she's kind of doing the right thing, but in reality, she kind of isn't. Fights against the Titans. Dark Winged Queen Raven shows up here, and also, like, you know, the good Raven, we can see her hair growing, so we're going to get rid of that terrible haircut as she's been kind of trapped in there. So I'm thankful for that, like, because that haircut at the beginning was just so terrible to look at. So at least Raven looks nice in this thing. I mean, the artwork in this by Lucas Meyer is so good. That, to me, is my favorite thing about this issue, is how visually great it looks, and there is a lot of action, so at least it's a nice, like, a lot of action, and, like, visually it looks great. But then we have Dark Winged Queen Raven comes in and just basically blows up the robot right in front of their faces, and then, you know, Donna's just kind of like holding it, like really concerned for what's going on, but Beast Boy kind of stops the fight. Now, granted, he was kind of tampered with his mind a little bit a while back, so it's easy to see why he's there to kind of separate things, but there should have been like a fight really going on between Donna and all that, because it was kind of separated so quickly. Then you eventually find the doctor, and they're going to find a way to try and bring this kid back, and then, of course, you know, Darkwing and Queen Raven confronts Dick Grayson and then basically kind of chokes him. It's like, what was on your mind? And then that kind of leads to the next issue. So yeah, she's already, like, you know, getting ready to fight Dick Grayson in the next issue, and I'm sure Donna's probably going to step up and do something. So yeah, I mean, Evil Raven stuff we've kind of seen before. It's nothing entirely new. The artwork is, like I said, my favorite part about this entire issue, but I'm not really loving Titans. It got better post Beast World, because, like, the first issue and, like, a lot of that other stuff was not that great. It's just kind of okay. It's not all that exciting. I was kind of all for a little bit, just like Evil Raven just kind of taking over, but I just don't feel much when I'm reading this book right now. I was excited to see the Titans book to start, because I want a Titans related book, but I mean, this just could be so much better. I mean, Beast World had some decent stuff in it, but, like, I mean, every issue kind of afterwards, I'm just like, yeah, it's cool to see, like, I was kind of all for, like, Evil Raven for a bit, because I was just kind of, like, not interested in a lot of the stuff that was going on at this point. You know, just let her just take over and do her thing. But now I'm just kind of like, it is kind of stuff we have seen before a bunch and just done better beforehand. So what are we kind of doing at this point? So I'm sure some Raven fans probably won't be pleased to kind of see, like, Evil Raven blowing up somebody and basically kind of killing them in front of everyone, and that just feels kind of brushed aside rather quickly, but I'm going to wait and see kind of where the story goes from there. So, I mean, it could be better. At least we have Lucas Meyer's fantastic artwork in this thing to kind of carry it. Definitely not the worst issue I've seen, but I wish it a little bit more exciting. Also, just quick rant on DC really quickly, because, you know, I haven't done that enough today. But why do we only have a Titans book? Like, where's the Teen Titans book? When can we get a Justice League book again, or even like a Justice League Dark? I think it's crazy how, like, two of DC's, like, flagship teams, like, because, I mean, obviously you have Titans as, like, the name, but it's really, like, more people recognize Teen Titans. Like, if you say Teen Titans, people more know what you're talking about than just saying Titans, because Titans could be like, oh, like the football team Titans, or Titans this, Titans that. You say Teen Titans, and that name just instantly clicks and registers with people. Why is there no ongoing book at DC called Teen Titans? I just find that kind of crazy. Yes, we had, like, that crappy Teen Titans Academy book, which was not very good, and was probably even worse in some ways than, like, what was going on with the end of that Teen Titans Rebirth run, which was also quite terrible. But we could be doing, we could have a Teen Titans book. I think it's time, like, post Absolute Power and all that, I think it's time to relaunch a Teen Titans book. You can have some of the older heroes come in and kind of mentor some of the younger heroes, kind of like what Teen Titans Academy really should have been about. But that thing just overstuffed with too many people. Like, you don't need a huge roster, but, you know, kind of smaller, more confined, kind of work through some issues from previous runs and all that, and then a Justice League book. Like, I think it's crazy how there hasn't been an actual ongoing Justice League book. You know, DC's pretty much premier superhero team in however many years at this point. We just don't have that. So You know, that reminds me, I got to make a video talking about things to fix and improve DC Comics comic book side. So we'll focus on that in a little bit. But in the meantime, what did you think of issue 12 of Titans? I thought it was just kind of okay. Has some great looking artwork, but a lot of the story feels kind of like stuff we've seen before and not done in a truly exciting fashion. I'm just kind of like reading it. Like I don't really feel much when I'm reading issues of Titans, other than at least that looks visually nice. So yep, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye bye then. I'll see you all in the next video, which will be World's Finest. So, peace out.